Hello and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you could please like and subscribe below please, that would be very much appreciated. Thank you very much. And yeah, I hope everyone's having a nice bank holiday weekend, weather's out a bit, still doesn't mean lockdown's over. I'm a bit annoyed this afternoon because basically I tried to go down to town, I tried to go down to the shops, get some eat chocolate for tomorrow, but it's all sold out. It looks like all the Karens have been out busy buying all the chocolate. I'm only kidding, don't worry about that, I'm not too fussed about that. No, the main reason why I'm annoyed is that basically Chelsea have just lost 5-2 to West Bromwich Albion. And don't take this wrong, no disrespect, like West Brom played well, Allardyce has never gone down from the Premier League, so it's unlikely, but it's all likely they could pull the great escape, like they could still stay up, but I have to admit, like I know we've come out of the international break, like obviously we're playing a lot of fixtures at the moment, that's fair enough, I get that, but having conceded 2 goals on the Thomas Tuchel in our first 14-15 matches, then conceded 5 at home to a team who are 19th in the league, that really was abysmal. But like I know, like I said before, West Brom played well. Credit to them, they're obviously fighting quite hard to stay up. But still, like no disrespect, but it is West Brom. Like the fact that we've beaten Liverpool, Anfield, Tottenham, Atletico twice. We were all the big teams, big managers like Simeone, Klopp, Mourinho, and then to concede 5 goals to Big Sam's West Brom really is quite a poor result. I'm not going to lie. Following on from that, who I thought was at fault for it. Not going to lie, I don't think anyone played particularly well. Like no one had their best game, and then Mason Mount played up the second half because having played all 3 internationals for England, he probably needed a bit of a rest. So I think he was annoyed. I think Tuchel and Mount were both annoyed how he had to come in the second half. But after the awful first half, I don't think he had much choice. But yeah, again, I just thought it was a very poor performance. I thought Jorginho, that's one of the worst performances I've ever seen in a Chelsea shirt. I try not to call players out in FA because I know that at the end of the day they've got to back your players, back your team, but I really thought that was an abysmal performance by him. Since arriving from Napoli, was it about 2.5 seasons ago? Yeah, when Sarri came from Napoli 2018, he's divided opinion. Like he had quite a difficult first season, but then the second, and so far this season, he's put some good performances. He became a key man in towards the end of Lampard's reign and also under Tuchel, but I know it's not really his fault, but my problem is that his lack of pace really does get exposed. Like we saw it today, but we keep seeing it week in week out. Like he is good at breaking up the play and everything. Like makes good tackles, gets the ball forward. But thing is, in Serie A, yes, he can get away with lack of pace, but in the Premier League, you're making so many mistakes. And you don't have the pace to get out of it. Yeah, that really is quite a big problem. I know people can start pointing the fingers to Thiago Silva, probably been at Glastonbury this week. I don't know, sometimes maybe he's thinking about Glastonbury too much, but yeah, I do kind of think both of Thiago Silva's yellow cards were as a result of him having to cover for Jorginho's mistakes. And yeah, I know that A, he's almost 40 years old, and B, this is his first match in 2 months or something, so obviously lack of game time and everything probably has an impact, but still, yeah, so I still think they're both clumsy challengers, so I do blame him for that. But at the same time, I think rather than blame everything on Thiago Silva getting sent off, you've got to also think about both of his challenges came as a result of Jorginho's sloppy play and passing. Following on, I thought Timo Werner again, he's having a tough run of form. And with him, like I said, back your players, try not to call them out. But I still think he needs to We did pay 50 million for him. Yes, I know today's market that for a striker that's not that much anymore, but still, I know people are saying that yeah, he's got lots of assists, he makes some good runs. Yeah, I know he's trying hard, but I'm beginning to lose my patience with him. Not gonna lie. When you spend that much money on a striker, you expect to score goals. Was it last season? He scored almost 40 goals for RB Leipzig. Yes, I know the Bundesliga is not the Premier League. That's something you've got to take into account. But still, after paying all that money for him, and you expect him to start scoring. Was it the first half when Abramovich first came on? Don't get me wrong, as a Chelsea fan, I love Ivanovic. He's had a great career at Chelsea. Was a 1 Champions League, Europa League, 3 Premier Leagues, 3 FA Cups, 2 League Cups. Yeah, club legend. Bit of a shame though, because I would have thought had there been a crowd in there, he would have got a standing ovation. But Timo Werner to lose a 1-1 run with Branislav Ivanovic, someone who thinks he's about 12, 13 years older than him, that really is quite a poor sign of confidence. I know, yes, he hasn't been scoring very much. His miss against North Macedonia was a bit of a howler, but still, I still think he's really got to turn it on because, give it sooner or later, I think both fans and the management will start to lose faith in him, start to lose patience. there's been talk about him maybe going back to Bundesliga to Borussia Dortmund as part of a swap with Erling Haaland, which, not going to lie, I very much like the Haaland at Chelsea. He's arguably the best number 9 in the world at the moment. So, yeah, sorry Timo, but if you don't start scoring soon, then yeah, I can't really blame the board. I want to get rid of you. Fair enough. Following on, who I thought didn't play well, I thought Marcus Alonso. Yes, he got forward quite a lot. His free kick set up the first goal, but I still think that he's still a wing back. So he's got to defend. And I think for the last 3 West Brom goals, he really his lack of pace again was exposed. I know people say he's more of a left wing back than Chilwell is, fair enough, but he still, regardless of whether you're left back or wing back, you still have to go back and defend. And I think same with Jorginho, I think Alonso's lack of pace does expose him quite a lot in the Premier League. So I wouldn't be surprised if Thomas Tuchel brought back in Ben Chilwell for the Porto match on Wednesday, which this time yesterday I was very confident about, but after watching that I'm really, really nervous, don't get me wrong. I can see it being quite badly. I know people say, oh yeah, it's Porto, it's not Bayern or PSG, so should be happy with it, but they beat Juventus, so, and Porto, big team, they won it before under one particular Jose Mourinho, so yeah, I'm feeling quite nervous ahead of Wednesday now. I thought, despite playing only half the match, I thought Mason Mount played well, got the goal. I know, again, people say to me, yeah, I'm biased, I like because he's my favourite player, but I generally think when Mount's not playing, Chelsea lack that creativity, that energy in midfield to track back, get the ball forward. Yeah, I really think he's probably been our best player over the last 2 seasons. And I know, like I said, I know at the beginning everyone thought he was just because he's from the academy, he's Frank Lampard's son, paid up under the Derby, all that stuff. But now that Tuchel rates him, Southgate hits him, he really can't. People are really beginning to stop doubting him now, and they're seeing for who he is. Mateo Kovacic, I thought, yeah, again, he made some good dribbles, but still, I think he over dribbled quite a lot. A lot of times when he should have passed it to play the ball forward, try and set up a goal, but he either over dribbled or lost it. And towards the end, he actually got quite dangerous towards the end, how he lost the ball quite a few times, which led to one of the goals. So, yeah, in a way, good energy, good tackling, but at the end of the day, football's a team game. You've got to pass it to your teammates. You can't just keep the ball for the whole match, otherwise you lose it, and the other team will counter. So, yeah, mixed feelings on his performance. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for taking the time to watch. Hope you have a nice week.